The controversial death of a Senegalese street vendor last week on Thursday has led to violent clashes between protesters and security forces in Spain's capital, Madrid. Mame Mbaye Ndiaye, a 35-year-old migrant from Senegal, suffered cardiac arrest after being reportedly chased by police last week on Thursday after a police raid in the central part of Madrid. Protesters then took to the streets on Thursday evening, setting fire to dustbins and motorbikes and throwing stones at riot police in the Lavapiés district, where the biggest African community lives. Officials indicate that at least 19 people were lightly injured in the clashes and 10 police officers also sustained injuries. So far, 6 people have been arrested. Senegalese authorities have reacted to the matter and have requested for an independent inquiry into the death of the street vendor.
A few hours after the death of Mame Mbaye Ndiaye, dozens of protesters took to the streets and threw stones, blocks and bottles at a fire truck, and many national police deployed. Unusual clashes in the Spanish capital that lasted into the night. Some demonstrators threw bottles at the police, who responded by firing rubber bullets. I must point out that Spain, with 46.5 million inhabitants, has 10% of foreigners and only 64,000 of whom are Senegalese.
Well, we now speak to Ndiaye, the chairperson of the Senegalese League of Human Rights. He joins us from Dakar, Senegal. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Assane Dioma Ndiaye, what is known today about the death of Mbaye Faye, the Senegalese street vendor who was killed? What do you have to say?
We were able to watch the videos that were posted by Senegalese people present in Madrid. There is a very clear indication of excessive police violence that is apparently at the root of this crisis. We saw police officers beating up Senegalese people who were defiant. They refused to move. They showed their anger. And the violence was disproportionate, and we did see this wave of police officers with batons. But it's clear that this death is a result of a police blunder. This explains our reaction, in which we ask that Spanish authorities shed light on this matter. And of course that the legal proceedings be brought quickly and the perpetrators be identified and brought to justice.
And what are the two governments doing, the Senegalese government and the Madrid authorities, to get to the bottom of this matter?
First of all, at the internal level, the Spanish ambassador in Senegal was summoned to explain himself. But in Spain itself, the Senegalese government sent a senior official to meet with the Spanish authorities. We need an independent investigation, and we really know what happened. There is no doubt that the Spanish authorities will obviously be obliged to carry out this investigation so that we know what happened. We cannot trace on paper everything that has happened. We believe that pacification of relations, and the Spanish police in particular, will require clarification of what has happened. And if it were not the case, obviously the frustrations will continue, and it will be obviously a cycle of violence, a vicious cycle. That is why we believe that Spanish authorities will not turn a deaf ear and will probably take clear, concrete action towards an investigation that can shed light on what happened in Senegal and the international community.
And maybe a last question. What do you think the outcome will be in this case?
First of all, we expect a clear postmortem that will obviously convince the Senegalese people. So, in the first instance, we trust the Spanish justice system to know what the results of the autopsy are. And from that moment on, the body can be repatriated so that the family in Senegal can mourn. And therefore, from this point of view, I think that the government will take all its time before the body is repatriated so that the causes of this crime are clearly established. And from this moment, obviously, the time of justice will arrive.